Hello friends, it's Tuesday afternoon, 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'm excited to hop on and share some stuff with you. It always happens when I look at myself in the camera. I'm like, oh no, gotta fix the hair. It looks, anyway, we can just call it COVID hair. But I'm grateful for those of you who are able to join in live for my stamping show. We are in a new month, so it's going to be a new product of the month. So I would love to find out who's hopping on live and whether you're curious what the new product of the month is, whether you enjoyed last month's product of the month showcase, which was the gold hoops. So this month we're going to do something different. And how many of you were able to watch some of my World Card Making Day Facebook Live demonstrations over the weekend? Hi Kathy. Oh, I think Kathy said she was able to hop on, I think. So hopefully you got a bit of inspiration over the weekend, and hopefully I wasn't the only one crafting this weekend. How many of you out there had a chance to do some crafting for World Card Making Day? It's World Card Making Day, but I think it still counts if you played with paper, even if you didn't make a card. So if you scrapbooked or made some treat packets for Halloween or Thanksgiving, go ahead and tell me all about it. I would love to hear what you did on the weekend and whether you celebrated World Card Making Day with me or maybe just on your own doing some crafting. I'd love to hear about it. Anyway, it's great to hop on live. As usual, we have some different announcements. Hi, Paulette. Yes, you've got the right idea. Say hello to everybody. We'll connect with one another. Okay, so I will make sure right after this video that I will go draw my winners. I was going to do it, and then I got all consumed here at my desk and I didn't do it. So I know I've got 2 weeks of winners to pick out. So I'll make sure to post that later today. And for those of you who participated in my Sizzling Summer promotion, whether you came to classes or shopped or hosted, I did the drawing for the Sizzling Summer this morning. So I announced the winners in my Facebook group this morning. I'm playing all sorts of catch up. Hi, Jennifer. Hello from Alberta. Yes, I love Alberta. Beautiful out there. You guys have mountains. Oh, Gwyneth is curious about the new product of the month. Okay, so I'll just keep going with my announcements because the sooner that we get going with the announcements, then we can dive into the new product of the month that I want to showcase all month. Okay, so I'm trying to think if I forgot anything, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to flip the camera around. I think it'll be easier to see things on my desk. And I put a few things here to show you guys. And we'll get started. Great to see you all who are able to hop on live. It is way more fun when I have people to chat with. And if you've never joined my Facebook lives before, I love it when you comment and chat. So I actually do a random drawing each week for those that comment and are able to share too. Thank you, Jennifer, for sharing. Those of you who are able to share my video, please do, because it's a way to get my happy stamping stuff out there. Whoops. Oh, okay. Hopefully nothing falls down. It's always a bit precarious. Okay, announcements. Let me turn off this. So we are in a new month, so that means there's a new online ordering special. I announced it at my Facebook party. But for October, if anyone is able to put an online order of $60 or more, you'll get a sampler of these gorgeous foil papers mailed directly to your door. So it might not, like these, I have quite a few foil papers, so you might get a different assortment of colors, but I have quite a few of these blue-greens, so you'll probably get those. Unless I run out of that, then I'll move into another color. Hello, Carmen. So that is that. All you have to do to take advantage and get that free, gorgeous, shiny, very shiny foil paper is that you need to just place an order on my online store, genevieve.stampinup.net. Click the Shop Now button and use that host code. Okay, so that's the October online ordering special. Now, just a reminder, do I have a copy here? Yes, I do. I keep forgetting to mention it. I think I mentioned it once a little while ago and then I forgot. But those of you who who have been shopping with me, don't forget to download your own Stampin' for Fun loyalty card. It's on my blog, which is stampinforfun.ca, and there's a tab there that says loyalty card. You can click it and you can click and download your own loyalty card, because with every $60 increment in orders, you get sort of like a token. It's a virtual token. I don't mail you a token. You just keep track of your tokens. And once you have 10 tokens, you get a $30 shopping spree from me. So make sure, some of you probably shopped during the Facebook party and I didn't remind people to make sure you're downloading your loyalty card, because the whole point of this is that I'm giving away free products. So it's no fun if people don't fill out their loyalty cards, because I want to give away free stuff. I want to. So just help me out by downloading your loyalty card, keeping track, and then I can give you that shopping spree. All the information is on there. Okay, so we're starting a new month. Just thought I'd remind you about that. This is old news by now, but in case you are new, my classes are usually on the 3rd of the month. So for example, technique class is always on the 3rd Monday of the month. And for you Team Stick Girls, our team celebration is on the 3rd Tuesday of the month. And then the rest of the classes are usually on the 3rd Saturday of the month. So what that means is I'm taking RSVPs all by the 1st of the month for everything happening that month. So I think it's working out okay. So that means October classes are now closed, and it's time to look forward to my November classes. Just go to genevieve.stampinup.net, click the events button, and my classes will be there. I haven't fully populated for November, but there's still quite a few things there to choose from. Okay, so that's just a reminder for any November events. They definitely have to RSVP by the 1st of November. But earlier is better. It helps me plan. Okay, next up on the announcements is for October, Stampin' Up! Is giving us a sale. Thank you, Stampin' Up! Oh, Debbie, thanks for asking. I am doing okay. I'm a little, disappointed. I don't know if you guys got my email news, but I'm a little disappointed. I had to make the decision to kind of cancel the in-person portion of my ladies retreat weekend, and we had to cancel the April one. And I mean, the virtual one was fun. Don't get me wrong, it was great, and it'll be fun. It's just, I guess we kind of had it in our mind that we might be able to gather by October, and the fact that we still can't because the numbers are pretty high, and public health is really stressing for people to just stay home and stay safe. We couldn't go ahead. So anyway, I guess it's just that funny feeling of thinking way back in April, we thought things would be okay by October for the fall retreat, and the fact that they're not is kind of bumming me out a bit. I don't know how you guys are feeling. Anyway, you probably didn't want to hear all of that, but that's all. So thanks for asking, Debbie. Long answer to your short question. But I'm going to stay positive because the virtual retreats are still great, and I just can't imagine what I do without technology these days, even though I don't consider myself very good at technology, but it's so good to have it, still as a way to connect. Anyway, back to the Designer Series paper sale. So Stampin' Up! Is giving a sale, 15% off select Designer Series papers. So you can see we've got quite a selection here. And also on the other side, a whole selection of papers. You can view them all. I'm sure they're listed on genevieve.stampinup.net. I'm sure if you click specials or whatever the tab is, it will show you the, or actually you can just click shop now, and there's probably a category for papers, and they're all 15% off, which is fantastic. So to inspire you about our papers, I'm going to show you a few samples that use the Designer Series papers. If you guys joined in my Facebook party on the weekend, you'll remember that I made this cute little card, and this Designer Series paper is on sale. It's the Trimming the Town. I'm pretty sure that's on this list here. I'm not mistaken. Yep, I'm using this Trimming the Town Designer Series paper with the snowflakes and everything, so that's 15% off. So normally it's $15.75 and there's a discount, so it's only $13.39. Okay, but here's a few other samples from my Facebook party using the Designer Series paper. So this is the 'Tis the Season Designer Series paper. See how the Designer Series paper really jazzes it up? And if you missed the Facebook party, you won't know what's inside, but this is like a little way to put a little treat packet in there. I have a double score line, so it gives a little bit of a, space there to put a little treat. Okay, and then let me show you some other samples. Aren't these gnomes the cutest? Okay, let me put the ribbon back on here. There we go. Okay, I have other samples. So speaking of the Trimming the Town Designer Series paper, so you could use Designer Series paper to kind of cover most of your project like I did on this one, or you could just use a little square of Designer Series paper to add a pop of color. Okay, so this is the same paper pack as this card, right? So that is the fun of the Designer Series paper. They are double-sided and you get so many designs in a pack. It's such a great addition to your crafting supplies. This is also from the Trimming the Town Designer Series paper, so you could just use a strip on your card, just like that. You are not attracted to the gnomes? Come on. Come on. You don't think he's a cutie pie? Okay, that's okay. You don't have to like what I like. You don't think they're cuties? Okay, anyway, back to the Designer Series paper. It's okay, Maureen. I still love you. Okay, so that's the Trimming the Town Designer Series paper. And then this is the Heartwarming Hugs Designer Series paper. I believe that's also on sale. Yes, it is. So here we go. Just a little strip here. Okay. It's so funny. Maybe the gnomes are something like you either love them or you hate them. I don't really know. Okay, so there's a little strip there. Okay, and then this is also the Heartwarming Hugs Designer Series paper, and just using mostly the green side. 2 different designs there. Okay, so hopefully just these samples are kind of inspiring you about how you can use Designer Series paper. And so let's dive into I think that's all I'll announce. Oh no, the other announcement I had for you is, did you guys see my newsletter today? That hubby and I made like 30 of these puppies and busted them out while we were watching a movie. And because it was World Teachers Day. So are any of you out there teachers? Because we need to celebrate you, especially with all you've been going through. My son just switched schools. He was going to the school down the street in person, but he didn't feel too comfortable, too safe, so he requested to switch to virtual school, which in our district means that you're basically leaving your home school and going to the virtual homeschool. So there's like a different principal, different teacher, everything. So today was his first day in virtual school. So we'll see how that goes. Anyway, total aside there. So if you like to make cute things, but sometimes want it to be a little easier, think about subscribing to Paper Pumpkin. You can subscribe just for 1 month, or you can subscribe sort of on an ongoing way. It's totally up to you. It's such a flexible program that way. So this was what was in the kit, not just one, but you could make 20 of these in the kit in September's kit. So those of you that are local, I have 1 more left. Someone reached out and already nabbed one that I had, but I've got 1 more left. So if you want to nab that, let me know. But I do have... So they have announced that the October one will be Christmas themed. So if you want 8 easy Christmas cards, all cut and prepped in a box, then let me know so that you can sign up for the October one, because we want to make sure you get that. So here's the one I have left over, okay, for the, what is it, September Paper Pumpkin. But I actually have one from September last year. So also if you're local and you would like to make a different kind of treat box that's more Halloween themed. Sorry, I don't know why I have these extra pieces in here, but it's brand new. So you would get to make these cute little treat boxes. Okay, but that just gives you, it's not always treat boxes. Sometimes it's cards, or most of the time it's cards, but sometimes it's treat boxes. Okay, so if you're local and you're looking for a little crafting in a box, let me know. I have some extra to sell cash and carry. Okay, here we go. New product of the month this month. I thought about what I wanted to show, and I picked this stamp set. It's called For Unto Us. And I snatched this up right away because myself personally, I am a Jesus follower. I am a Christian, so I do celebrate the meaning of Christmas. And so I thought these sentiments were perfect for that. But there hasn't been a whole ton of reasons to use it yet. So, but I definitely didn't want this to be one of the stamps on my shelf that would sit there and not see ink. So I was going to make sure that I put ink on this baby. So I thought, I know, I'll do it for my October product of the month. And I'm hoping that the 4 cards that I show you this month, I will be able to run it as a class next month. So for those of you who enjoy the cards and want to get the cardstock pieces, stay tuned. I'm hoping to have it as a class kit that you can purchase next month. Okay, well, you'd have to register by November 1st, but anyway. So why I purchased this, besides the Christian sentiments and Christian feel of it, is I also really like the variety in the fonts. So you can see, like, this one has a very scripty, loose sort of font. This one is a little more traditional, tighter together, a little smaller. And I also liked that there was like a great sentiment that could be on the inside of the card, so that we've got something that works well for the outside and for the inside. So yeah, it caught my eye, and I thought, I don't want to let this season pass without making sure that I use it. Okay, so let's dive in today. I'm going to use the Night of Navy cardstock. I've already cut it at 5.5 inches. So it's not going to be a traditional colored Christmas card that's red and green. I'm going to go with sort of more the blues this time. Is it already cut at 5.5? Yep. And then we'll score it at 4.25. Okay. And that will be our card base. If you're just tuning in, make sure that you comment, because that lets me know that you're watching, enjoying. If you have any questions, you should comment as well. And it allows me to enter you into the drawing too. So, okay, and then the designer series paper. Remember I said how designer series paper really jazzes up the card? I'm actually going to use this crazy one here, Artistry Blooms designer series paper. Let me get a pack here to show you. This isn't a brand new pack, but at least I wanted to show. Oh no, this is glimmer paper. Wrong thing. In the dark here. Okay, I have no idea where it is. All I have is the piece that I cut. I'll have to look for it later, but this is the piece that we're going to use. I'm using the blues. I wish I had a pack to show you. Let me see. Okay, well, I have a brand new pack that hasn't been opened. So this looks kind of wild. You might think that's not for you, but what's fun, right? There's kind of like a more busy side and then a more calm side, right? So I guess that's why it's artistry, because you can see all the different colors in there. Oh, here, if I hold this up, maybe that'll help. Okay, so it gives you an idea how there's sort of a more playful, dramatic side, and then another side that is sort of less dramatic and more just color hues. Okay, so I am going to use this one, the blue one, because it's got some Night of Navy in it. And what I'll do, so this is, I cut it at 3 3/4 inches by 5 inches, okay? And then I used a piece of silver foil, and I thought that would, I feel like silver and blues, they go so nicely together. So why don't we put that together? Oops. Okay. And then we'll put this on top of the card. Okay, so very simple, straightforward card. No fancy folds or anything, because I want the star of the show to really be the sentiment. So the sentiment that I'm using from the set, which will be the product of the month. So all month I'll be using this stamp set in different ways. I'm using Hark the Herald Angels Sing. So let me get some Whisper White paper, and I'm going to stamp that in Night of Navy. Okay, and then we've got this wonderful die set called the Sweetest, what's it called here? Stitched So Sweetly dies. I use them quite a lot. I don't know what this is on top. Always writing notes to myself. Okay, so the Stitched So Sweetly dies, I use them a lot because they've got these great scalloped stitched rectangles, okay, which are very multi-purpose. And then they've got these different shapes, which are great for sentiments as well. So I'm going to use the largest one here, okay. So this is definitely one I used a lot, the Stitch So Sweetly. And if you guys have been watching, you know that I've been totally in love with the Tasteful Label ones too. They're non-stop using those. But this one I thought was perfect for that sentiment. So let's cut that out with our new cut and emboss machine, our smooth as butter cut and emboss machine. Okay. And our platforms here. Everything's numbered on these platforms, which is great. And it's like a miracle. My cutting machine has still stayed on my desk no matter how messy it gets because of the convenience that the platforms fold up. The platforms fold up, so it makes it really convenient and helps save the space on the table. Okay, so these dies, the part with the blade goes down onto the paper. Just line it up there. Oh, that's centered. And then we'll pop this next one on. Okay, and then we'll roll. There we go. So there we go. Doesn't that cut out a great shape that's perfect for this sentiment? So we'll keep that. Let me put the die away before I lose it. Okay, and then we'll move our Mr. Cut and Emboss machine. So see, I'm just going to fold it up and store it over here so it's out of our way. They are so easy and convenient. Okay, we've got that, we've got that. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to use some dimensionals to pop it up a little bit. But it looks kind of a little plain like that, I thought. I thought it needs something else. What does it need? And then it came to me what it needed. I'll show you what it needs. It needs an embellishment, don't you think? I mean, it looks great if you're a beginner stamper and you don't even have a cut and emboss machine. You could just cut a rectangle, stamp the sentiment there, and pop that on. No harm. Okay, I love the font on this, but it needed something. And so I just, to play off the silver mat that I have there, I was like, oh, let's use this gorgeous silver, what do they call it? It is called metallic mesh ribbon. And to me, it was almost like, I don't know, okay, I'll show you. So it's pretty light. I know you can't feel it. It's pretty stretchy, so you can actually pull the mesh apart and make it wider if you want. And I'm actually going to do kind of like a bow with it. So I'm going to take two kind of bunny ear ends, cross it over, and one slips through this hole to make a bow. Okay, and I almost felt like it looked like angel's wings, right? So light and delicate. Oh, this is so beautiful. Okay, so light and delicate. You can just kind of pull these open a little bit, stretch it if you want. And so some of you may be wondering, like, where is this magical ribbon? It's on the same page in the catalog as the Halloween things. So if you're not into Halloween, you wouldn't even have noticed this gorgeous ribbon. But I have used it more on other things than I have on Halloween. I've used it on Halloween-y things, but see, I almost felt like this gigantic bow was almost like angel's wings. So I don't know whether that overpowers the card or not. We could make the wings or the little bow part a little smaller. Maybe it didn't need to be quite so dramatic. You know what I started watching recently? And go ahead and tell me if I was under a rock for all these years, but I never heard of that Canadian TV show that won all those Emmy Awards, Schitt's Creek. I never heard about it. I just started watching it. Anyway, there are some very humorous moments in that show. So have I been hiding under a rock? Tell me, guys, because I literally just learned about it recently. Anyway, this makes me think of that, I can't even remember her name, the mother's name. She always has a giant bow on her blouse to be extra dramatic, I guess. Okay, or we could put it on this side. We could put it at the top. I think I'm going to go with it at the bottom. Okay, and of course I'll use a glue dot to stick that on. And just like that, a very pretty card using this stamp set. Okay, see that? And then the DSP really adds, because it's already an ombre effect on the DSP. So I could have like sponged the paper to maybe get that ombre effect, but it's kind of fun to skip that step and just use the gorgeous Designer Series paper that's already there, mat it on some silver cardstock on our Night of Navy base, and dress it up. Of course, we could put some little jewels here. I'm feeling the need to embellish with more silver. Okay. Oh, I'm glad you love that ribbon with this card too. But I thought it needed something else, and then when I pulled out this ribbon, I felt like they were delicate angel's wings almost. So there we go. That's our card. So just a quick reminder that each week on Tuesday, 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, I'll be doing a little stamping for you. And I love to center it around a particular product. So this month, I'll be showcasing this product all month, the 4 Unto Us stamp set, which I hope to turn into a class in November. So you'll get all the pieces. If you sign up for that class, you'll get all the pieces for this card so that you can do it in the safety of your own home. We'll probably Zoom and say hi to each other, and there you go. And also, if anything catches your eye, please feel free to head to my online store, genevieve.stampinup.net, especially if you want to take advantage of the paper sale, which is only on for October. My October online ordering special is you will get a sampling of these lovely foil papers as long as your order is $60 or more. Just use that host code. Okay, so, and then of course, as I told you, don't forget to download my loyalty card so that you are all set for that, because I want to make sure people are getting their little shopping sprees as a thank you for shopping with me. Okay, I guess that's it. Let me flip this over and just check if there's any questions or comments. Don't be shy to share your questions and comments, because it also makes sure that you get a comment in there for the drawing. And I'll do the drawing right now. Right after I say goodbye, I'll do the drawing from the last 2 weeks and I'll announce it in my Facebook group. Okay, so thank you everyone. Was there any questions about any of the October offers? Any questions about how I made the card? I'll go back and read the comments, but it's so nice to have you join in with me to enjoy some stamping together. It is really fantastic. If we can't get together in person, at least we can visit together online and connect. Thank you for joining me today. Bye. Have a great Tuesday.